This is an All Ears English podcast, episode 932, How to Express Intensity in Your Grammar Choices.
Welcome to the All Ears English podcast. Downloaded more than 50 million times, we believe in connection, not perfection, with your American hosts, Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer, and Michelle Kaplan, the New York radio girl, coming to you from Boston and New York City, USA. And to get your transcripts delivered by email every week, go to allearsenglish.com/subscribe. Today, learn a non-traditional way to use the present tense that you might hear natives say when they are strategizing or making decisions. Listen in for supernatural tips today. Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Hey, Lindsay, not too much. How are you?
Well, feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. So what are you up to today? What are you doing?
Oh, well, I've been recording with you, and I taught 2 classes this morning, and everything's been good. What about you?
Oh, well, I'm going to see another apartment tonight, so that's exciting. But actually, we're recording a couple of weeks in advance, so now I should have gotten back from Japan just a few days ago. And so I'm sure that I'm missing Japan at this point.
I bet you are.
You know, I mean, what a cool place. What a cool place. But anyways, that's an episode for another day. So, Michelle, grammar is just a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, grammar can be very tricky.
It can be really tricky. And today I wanted to bring up a grammar pattern that I've been noticing in myself. Like, you know, as a language person, I kind of observe my speaking patterns.
Sure.
And then I wonder about them. Do you do that too? Like you hear yourself say something and then you're like, why did I just say that way? That's so interesting.
Yeah, I think we definitely think about it more than other native English speakers because of it's our job.
So you're the one, in other words, at the party, nerding out in the corner on why everyone is using certain words when everyone else
I don't know if I go that far, but I definitely do talk about linguistics and stuff. So
yeah, me too. I think more than the normal person, average person. But anyways, so I've been noticing that I've been using a certain grammar pattern that is a little bit outside of the norm. It's probably not something that our listeners would see in a textbook, at least not a intermediate textbook or even an advanced one. But I've been using this grammar pattern when I'm strategizing with people in meetings.
Okay.
Especially in our meetings, you know, we've got some big tech projects going on right now with the app and some other cool things we're working on that are kind of top secret right now. But I use this pattern when I'm strategizing, basically. Let's do an example. Should we do an example? Okay. So you go first, Michelle. We're talking, we work for a new car technology company, like an Uber type company, for example.
Got it. Okay. So, what are we going to do? The first driverless car just hit someone.
Maybe we do nothing. Maybe we wait. We see how the news covers it. Then we decide in the angle we want to take. Ooh. Actually, this did actually happen. This did actually happen. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw in the news, but the first driverless car, someone actually did get hit recently. And that's a whole nother topic that we can go into in another episode. But Michelle, what was the pattern that I was using here?
Okay, so you were, talking about something for the future.
Yeah.
But you weren't using the future tense.
Wow. Why? I mean, that's weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, yeah, why would we use a grammar form in the present that should be in the future, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so what do you think? What do you think?
So
you're the one who noticed it. Tell me what your thoughts are.
I was hoping you would diagnose my issue here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So I think the reason I'm using and it's fine, guys. It's not wrong. It's more like a habit. It's more like a pattern. It's a way of showing emotion, a slight tinge of emotion. In the way you form your sentences. And I'm sure you guys do this in your native languages too. I think that it's because I was strategizing about our next move and the stakes are high. It's usually when there's a high stakes situation and there's a lot of unknowns. That's the way I see it. So you might use the present tense if you're making a suggestion on what to do next. What are the plans? How are we going to react to this? What are we going to do, right? This is often accompanied with a maybe, but it doesn't have to be, right? So for example, going back to the conversation, maybe we do nothing. Maybe we wait. Maybe we see how the news covers it, right? Making that suggestion.
Right. No, I like that. I think putting things in the present, like, I think it just like brings kind of, I think it makes it more important for the now. Like, it makes it more just like essential. Like, we're talking about this now. So in a sense, like, oh, we're talking about doing it now, like not in the future, now. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's still, yeah, exactly. So it's kind of this nice combination of the future and the present, right? Because you are talking about something you'll be doing in the future, but it's like, it's about the present too. You know what I mean? It's like also to extend that, you say something like, maybe we wait. Maybe this becomes our strategy.
Right. I like that.
Okay, so maybe our listeners haven't heard of this before, but it's pretty cool. We're giving you guys an inside peek. And speaking of the context, Michelle, going back to this, the latest controversy over these driverless cars. I mean, what do you think about this that's going on here?
Yeah, I think it's pretty scary. I mean, it's terrible, and I mean, I wouldn't really want to be around a driverless car right now.
I know, but it's funny because, I mean, some of these cars like Tesla, for example, people can already buy a Tesla and they can use it. They can watch a movie while they're driving in the front seat, right? Like it has self-driving capabilities.
Well, I hope too many people don't do that.
I know. It makes me nervous. I have some issues with it just because, like, not everyone on the road agreed to be a beta tester. You know what I mean?
Right. It's people's lives that you're playing with, and like, yeah, unfortunately, someone was killed.
Yeah, exactly. So I have some issues around this, but I also think it's the future. I think it's the future, and we have to find a way to test it. It's just, I think it's unfair if you're testing it on highways of people who have not agreed.
Right. No, that's true.
Yeah, so I would actually be really interested to hear what our listeners think about that, guys. Come back to 932. If you go to our blog, go to allearsenglish.com, come back to 932, and tell us what you think about how driverless cars can be tested safely.
Okay, interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that in the next few years.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Hey guys, if you listen in the iOS app or in a podcast player, leave us your review. We want to know what you think of this show and ask a question inside your review, and we'll announce your name on the show. Thanks for listening, guys. So, Michelle, let's go to another conversation here. Crime show. This is another place where I feel like, we're solving a crime. That could be a really interesting place to use this grammar form.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's try it.
All right. So we have no evidence, but we have to solve this crime by the end of the week. What are we going to do?
Maybe we sit back and let the criminal reveal himself to us. We don't act. Less is more. Whoa.
Oh. Okay, awesome. So it's like we're predicting we're talking about our future action. I mean, you could have also said, maybe we will sit back and we will let the criminal reveal himself to us, right, Michelle?
Yeah, or I mean, I could even say maybe we should, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of things.
But yeah, I like this form. It sounds very intense.
It sounds very intense and, strategizing and...
Right.
Yeah.
You're like in the moment thinking. So you're like just doing the present tense.
Yeah, exactly. And just to nail this home, let's do one more little role play here, Michelle, so our listeners really catch the drift here, because it's not super easy to recognize when it should be used and when it shouldn't, okay?
Okay.
So, all right. So the quote for the next app update or the next website update is just not within our means, Michelle. I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, how much do you think it would cost just to update the homepage? Maybe we do that, and then maybe we wait. Oh, I screwed it up. Maybe we do that, and then maybe we wait and see how much user behavior changes.
Well, that won't be the best thing to do because it will still take a lot of time.
Okay, back to the drawing board.
All right, cool. So in that case, what verb did you put in the present that you could have put in the future?
Wait.
Yeah, exactly. So two things, right? You said, oh, maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. And then maybe we wait.
Oh, there we go. Right. Do that too. Yes.
So again, just to show the contrast, guys, she could have said, maybe we won't do that. Maybe we will not do that. Instead, she said, maybe we do that. Okay. So just to make this super clear for you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. This sounds very natural to me.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Good. Okay, awesome. So what's the bonus phrase from this little exchange here? We had a bonus.
We have two. One is drawing board. So he said back to the drawing board, which means like back to the idea. It's like imagine that you're putting a list of ideas on a board, right?
Yeah.
So it's like back to brainstorming, back to making the list, right?
Exactly. And then we said not within our means. Interesting. What does that mean?
That means we can't afford it.
Right, exactly. So I see this used a lot for personal finances. Maybe not as much for like companies making business decisions, but I guess you could use it. You could use it, right?
Yeah. You could. I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys. So what's the takeaway today, Michelle?
All right. Well, guys, you might not hear this grammar form all the time, but you will hear it sometimes, right? And these are the times when we have to take our eyes away from the grammar books and into the world, right? Into context, right, Lindsay?
Exactly. I mean, when you hear it, guys, just think like, okay, why did the native speaker just use that? What was the context? Where are we? What are we talking about? And then how can you use that same form in the same way when it feels right to connect with that speaker? Okay. Love it.
Absolutely. Perfect. All right. This has been interesting, Lindsay. Thanks for bringing your linguistic sense from when you're speaking to All Ears English.
Yeah, we're always thinking about it, always thinking about our word choices, and we're bringing them back to the show, guys. So you're getting real English here, 100%. Love it. Okay, Michelle. Well, we're done for today, so we'll see you next week for sure.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to All Ears English. And if you need a 7 or higher on your IELTS exam to achieve your life vision, then our Insider Method can get you there. Start with our free video series masterclass. Get video 1 now at allearsenglish.com/INSIDER. And if you believe in connection, not perfection, then subscribe to our show on your phone or on your computer. See you next time.